Today we're taking a look at Lydia Leinster from Private Tutor to the Duke's Daughter. This is a figure in the Trio-Try-iT Figure line by FuRyu. The story takes place in a fantasy kingdom where how well you handle magic can shape your entire social standing and future. After once failing the official exams, Alan turns his talent for theory, training, and strategy into a new path as a private tutor for noble girls. He guides them through lessons, politics, and even dangerous situations rather than simply fighting on the front lines himself. Lydia Leinster is a duke's daughter and a gifted swordswoman who relies on his tutoring to balance her duties, her studies, and her fiery ambitions. With that context in mind, scenes with her often show a confident and energetic presence that this character is known for. Today's highlights for this figure are the expressive face, the dynamic outfit and pose, and the layered hair and accessories. First, the expression immediately draws your eye, with wide gray pupils, crisp printing, and an open smile that feels lively and in character. The soft blush on the cheeks and the subtle brow shape help her look cheerful rather than aggressive, which suits her friendly side. Second, the outfit and overall stance come together in a very dynamic way. The asymmetric chest design, the crossing straps and belts, and the outward sweep of the cape all work with the twisting pose to create motion from every angle. Together, those elements keep the front of the figure busy without losing the overall shape of the uniform. Third, the long red hair and its small accessories add a lot of visual interest. Individually sculpted strands, the bun with its spiked ornament, and the raised strands around her hand keep the silhouette from feeling flat. These touches make the figure feel more detailed than a simple static prize piece, especially when you look at it from slightly above or from the side. This channel brings you figure reviews and anime merchandise updates straight from Japan. If you enjoyed this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe. Looking closer at the face, the figure gives a bright, energetic expression that fits this character well. The eyes are printed in a soft gray tone with dark outlines that keep the gaze sharp and easy to read. Circular highlights in the pupils add sparkle without looking cloudy or misaligned. The print around the lash line is clean, and there are no obvious registration issues or color bleeding in the examples we can see. A faint blush on the cheeks softens the expression just enough so she does not come across as overly fierce. The open mouth has real depth instead of a simple painted line, which helps the smile feel more natural and three-dimensional. The eyebrows are thin and slightly raised, giving the impression that she is enjoying the moment rather than posing stiffly. The hair is one of the most eye-catching parts of the sculpt. It flows down the back in long, layered strands that curve outward, creating a sense of motion that matches the twist in the body. The bangs frame the face nicely, with a few pieces sweeping across the forehead and another section tucked behind the ear to keep things from looking symmetrical or flat. The sculpt avoids the solid block look. You can see carved grooves and separated locks that read clearly even under simple lighting. A small bun gathers part of the hair near the back, and from it extends a gray crescent-shaped ornament with spikes that immediately signals a fantasy setting. Near the ear, a black cross-shaped clip adds another sharp accent. The matte red color keeps reflections under control, so the sculpted strand work remains easy to appreciate from different angles. Moving on to the upper body and outfit, the figure puts a lot of attention into this uniform. She wears a red military-style jacket with gold edging that frames the torso and shoulders. The collar rises up around the neck and connects to a small decorative tie or ribbon at the throat, reinforcing the formal academy feel from the series. Across the chest, we see an asymmetric design. One side is covered by a gray armor-like cup, while the other shows white fabric shaped like a softer bust panel. This contrast of armor and cloth gives the design a distinctive fantasy look even before you notice the rest of the details. Red and white straps cross diagonally over the front, and they are physically sculpted rather than simply painted on, which adds depth and avoids a flat appearance. The jacket itself is matte and slightly curved, following the shape of the torso instead of hanging straight down. Subtle folds along the sides and under the arms keep it from looking rigid. Around the waist, layered belts and panels form a decorative front flap with a gold arrow emblem pointing downward. This panel aligns with the pleats of the skirt and helps bridge the transition from jacket to lower body. The cape draped over the shoulders is another key feature. It sweeps out to one side in a broad curve, suggesting that she has just turned or stepped forward. The volume of the cape builds out the back view without swallowing the figure. You can see the inner lining painted in a darker tone, which prevents the underside from blending into the rest of the outfit. The cape thickens the silhouette when viewed from behind, making the figure look substantial without feeling bulky. Taken together, the jacket, straps, belts, and cape deliver a strong sense of a confident, noble swordswoman ready to move. From the waist down, the pose and costume details continue to sell the sense of movement. The white pleated skirt opens outward in a gentle flare, as if caught in the motion of her twist. The pleats are sculpted clearly, with enough depth that shadows naturally form between them instead of relying only on paint. It reads as a light material, yet it keeps its shape, which suits the disciplined look of her uniform. Around the thighs, red straps wrap and cross to form X-shaped accents, echoing the belts and lines of the upper body. Because these straps are fully sculpted and not just surface paint, they cast small shadows and give the legs extra dimensionality. One leg bears more of the weight and stays straighter, while the other steps slightly forward with a gentle bend at the knee. Combined with the twist of the torso, this gives the figure an appealing S-curve when viewed from an angle. The white thigh-high socks have thin red stripes near the top, tying them back to the red and white themes seen on the chest straps and belts. On the feet, she wears red knee-high boots with tan heels and toes. The boots follow the lines of the calves smoothly, with small folds and indentations near the ankles, so they do not appear like simple tubes. The heels and soles are solid and wide enough to look stable for a prize figure. She stands on a white circular base with pink text and leaf motifs, simple in structure but clearly tied to the series branding. This figure is approximately 21 centimeters tall. That's about 8.3 inches. For size comparison, here's a 350 milliliter can. That's about 12 ounces in the US. Overall, this Lydia Leinster figure from the Trio-Try-iT Figure line delivers a very charming take on the character for a prize release. The expression is one of the strongest points, capturing a lively personality with cleanly printed gray eyes, a bright smile, and a hint of blush. Long red hair and its accessories frame the face nicely and add motion to the silhouette without looking messy. The outfit faithfully reflects the original design, from the asymmetric chest arrangement to the layered belts and the arrow emblem on the front flap. The sweep of the cape and the twist in her stance combine with the flaring skirt to create a pose that feels dynamic from multiple angles rather than just front on. The lower body continues that sense of motion, with thigh straps, tall socks, and knee-high boots, all echoing the red and white color story of the upper half. Sculpted belts and straps, instead of simple painted lines, give the figure more depth than you might expect from a standard prize. Her mid-sized height also helps her fit easily into a shelf with other fantasy heroines. Because of that, fans of Private Tutor to the Duke's Daughter or of Lydia herself should find this a very satisfying piece, and collectors who enjoy confident fantasy heroines in uniform-style outfits will likely appreciate how this figure looks in a lineup. That's it for this video. If there's any part of the figure you liked, feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.